Ladies and gentlemen, I am Hove, Green Lounge LA, Mad Boots Entertainment, and Angels Clubhouse Empire presents The Struggle. And you already know, what's up? So we finna talk to a very well-known artist here in the streets of California, and we're gonna introduce him to you. Please allow me to introduce Mr. Lockee. What's going on, fam?
What's going on, fam?
Man, thank you for coming through. Yeah. Man, so first of all, what's this? What's going on here?
This is a collab I'm doing with Trap House Lemonade, Grape Ape, Mr. Lockee, non-alcoholic, so it's for all you thirst-quenching people. It's very good. It's several flavors. This is my brand right here, the Grape Ape flavor. You know what I'm saying? So y'all check them out, Trap House Lemonade, and check out all the collabs we got with all the up-and-coming artists with their own little flavor drink.
So now Trap House is connecting with up-and-coming independent artists?
Yes.
So y'all coming with your own merch now. Why'd you go so strong with the juice? Most people would have did a shirt.
Yeah, I guess because it being in summertime, so you know what I'm saying, and people are always thirsty and for the beaches, the pool parties. So instead of selling food or having merch, because sometimes at some of these events you don't sell much merch, but you guaranteed to sell some drink, whether it's alcoholic or just a straight beverage. You guaranteed to sell something to drink because people always have some type of thirst they need quenching.
Oh, so that was the play.
That was the play.
Okay.
Hey, quench your thirst. You feel me?
Oh, this nigga sound like a Gatorade commercial.
Yeah. You for real.
Okay, so talk to me about the music. You've been running through the streets, but let's take it back a bit. Mm-hmm. When did you first go ahead and bless a mic?
I blessed the mic back probably like in, I'd say 91. I used to run around with Drew Downs, CNH, C-No Records. They had the Hot Act, the Loonies. So I had a couple of tours that I went on with them as a young kid, just carrying bags, not really rapping, not really, just being part of the entourage. I started from the ground, and from there, just learning the cadence of music, write music. I used to write a lot, always wrote back then. So a lot of my music back then as a youngster probably got snatched up, but it still was schooling for me. It was good to be in that environment around Yuck Mouth and Numbskull. And
what was that like? Talking about they got 5 on it and you still a kid.
Yeah, definitely. If y'all know, y'all know. It was cool because I was young and it was though I was young, I'm saying, I still carried myself like a young man. So. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I was running around, like a young boy being silly or goofy or being taken advantage of. I was there, learning the craft. Also, I was heavy in the streets. I was in the gang life. So, you could say I was kind of also like an enforcer for if anybody needed, a little touch up. But the whole experience of being around that West Coast vibe back then in the Bay Area, for me, was big because I was from Southern California, but the Bay Area supported underground music so much. You had the radio, I think it's Camille, and you had a lot of up and coming artists out there like JT the Bigger Figure, Richie Rich, San Quinn. Just the RBL Posse, don't let me forget them, Mr. C and Black C. So the vibe was different than being on the South of California, because they, you had the local clubs booking up and coming artists. So then I was like, what, hey, and some of them, like I said, I was always writing. So I was like, what, let me get about this little shyness of being on stage or in the cameras, and I picked up the pen and started writing for myself.
What's the first song you did, bro?
The first song I did was with my boy TC. It was let me think if I can remember. It was a song called it was called Gangsta Shit, and the hood kind of go like, I love it, that gangsta shit, I love it when I talk like this. It was really like a catchy jingle.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? It's not a catchy jingle song, but the hook was catchy, and no, as a matter of fact, it was like y'all love it when I talk like this. Y'all love it, that gangsta shit. That was one of the first songs I ever did. And I remember, as a matter of fact, one of my old producer back then just found the CD of all that, like 18 songs I did, like 18 like old school songs I did back probably in the the early 2000s, and that song I got the CD, and it's not the CD, but I got it on flash drive, and that song I was listening to it the other day, and I was like, man, my cadence was really rough, like what I'm saying, because a lot of time, like especially now, a lot of the rappers got that mad rapper flow.
What do you think rappers should be rapping about?
They can rap like that, but it's that mad rap. Remember the boy who was that DMX had the skit with the mad rapper. He was always just aggressive.
Yeah.
And like NBA YoungBoy, a lot of these rappers rap with that. They sound good because I really dig NBA YoungBoy's music, but it's that it's so aggressive, in the deliverance, and I think that's probably what that song sounded like then. Though now I really don't rap too much aggressively like that, but I see that is like the norm of the cadence of a lot of these rappers are on. They want to.
Well, what would you say it should be?
It should be versatile. That's what I'm gonna say. And the reason why I picked NBA YoungBoy, because though his music is good, his spit, his cadence, his delivery is like the same. It's really he ain't stepped up outside of that to make anything more mellow or slower. So I think you should be very versatile when you're doing music. But
it's working for him, so he probably just sticking to it.
Right, exactly. That's why I say that's how. And a lot of the other artists, from Savvy Third to anybody to even, True Car, like if you listen to, it's just the cadence, the way it's not that they are a rapper that's upset about things. It's just that mad rapper flow. That's why when DMX did that skit with the mad rapper, that's why he was always, very uptight. Yeah, man, what I'm saying? So it's that, I guess when you trying to spit and rhyme at the same time, that give people a more feel of what you're talking about. Like, yeah, let me spit this real like this so people understand that I mean business or believe what I'm saying in my song or some type of
If you can change anything about the music, then what would you change? Is that it?
What I would change, I would want to see the culture go back to the way, not necessarily go back, but upgrade it back to where we integrated break dancing or dancing, whatever, and art in it. I think that part of the hip hop kind of like done separated, so I think, we should bring that back, because you remember, if you think about it, Heavy D and the Boys, he had dancers on the side of him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of artists back then, Big Daddy Kane, which is one of my favorite artists, had dancers. Even KRS-One, the brother speaking knowledge, he still had people dancing in the video. You don't see that too much in the visuals. You see them just standing around, maybe smoking. Let's bring the art form to its full circle, so that way hip hop itself and rap can constantly evolve. Because if once we start doing that again with the dancing and the art, whether it be graffiti or just art, period, I think it'll open up more doors to creating more mainstream stuff for hip hop.
So you said you slide back to being commercial?
Not commercial, but let's let the culture of of back then when they used to dance, and have graffiti or art, it just tie in very well. It ties in for me. It ties in very well because it gives hip hop its image. It gives hip hop its movement.
Its identity is what you're saying?
It gives its identity for sure. It gives us a big identity if we just incorporate that back into the the visuals, the on stage performances and all that. Not just when you performing at a strip club and she twerking or dancing. Let's have them two ladies on the side actually doing moves. Dance moves to your hip hop songs and stuff, because they do it anyway. That's why I say it has separated itself, because if you look on a lot of Instagram, you might have people hitting you up, hey, I dance, let me dance to your your song. They make up steps. Let's start bringing that back to where it's back on stage, it's back in the music videos, so the whole hip hop culture and even the dance culture and the art culture can all evolve in its own light, but still stay remaining grounded in his roots together.
If you could change anything about our age, that was pretty much what you would change. It's just the way we're approaching. We're approaching it now without the culture of it, basically, is what you're saying. Cause it has its own culture.
Yeah, it really.
And how do you think it got that way, though?
Because we started allowing, social media to dictate how hip hop is.
You can't fight progress, though.
No, you can't. You really can't. And that's why you got to know how to evolve with it. You can't fight it, but you can evolve with it. So now that we got all these platforms, some of us up and coming newer rappers or older rappers, we should collab more, and figure things out, far as the whole culture, far as the dance and the art, like let's bring that real hip hop back, like, not necessarily the old way of rapping and doing it. What I mean by bringing the old hip hop back, because everything is retro, even some of the clothes we wear. Let's just bring it back and upgrade it. You know what I'm saying? To where it fits in with now as well. Because if it fits in with now, that means it's evolving. You know what I'm saying? It's moving forward and stuff, and not backwards or taking a back seat. Because I feel like sometimes the hip hop culture does take a back seat to a lot of things. I like the fact that.
Well, one of it is because y'all keep talking about killing, and that gets boring, bro.
Yeah, that definitely gets boring. That's why, and that's a lot of these dudes ain't really killers. So you talking about?
Then there's that too.
Yeah, you talking about something that
we watch out more for like we watch hip hop now more so for like reality TV experience. Right. Because you be talking about you a killer, but you're not. Right. And then we can watch a reel if you getting chased through a mall or some shit. Yeah, that's reality TV. So like
exactly, and watch when some like how some of the guys that go on these other podcasts and fabricate they lifestyle, and then when they get behind somewhere or backed up against the wall, they a completely different person. You talking all this, but you live somewhere way out, probably in a nice valley areas where it's real nice and stuff like that. So yeah, talk about the things that you really got going on in life. I mean, it's a way to we did it back in the days. There's no problem with doing it now. Right. Talk about just like say like Lil Durk and them. Y'all can still talk about how it is over there, but talk about how it is over there to where you at now.
Right. Okay. So before we get out of here, is there anything you would like to say to the next generation of performer?
Yeah. Stay motivated, stay humble, stay positive, stay dangerous, but not in a dangerous way to where people do not want to work with you or feel like you're approachable. Stay consistent. Stay healthy if you can. Drink your water, and if you freestyle, that's cool. But also, use your penmanship. Use your penmanship so you can stay creative. Continue to read books. A lot of these artists don't really read a lot of books and dictionaries. So, like you said before, they saying some of the same stuff. So do all that. You are your teacher in this music business. So as you continue to learn and teach, you gonna grow and your music will show. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we gotta get it right. And that's why I'm here to get it right. So in the future, what I'm saying, if it's something that y'all hear me go back on, feel free to, hey, Lockee, I remember you said this. I mean, you need to, everybody want to, got to each one teach one. We got to all learn from each other so we can steadily evolve, period.
There we go. So you heard it from the man's mouth himself. Hey. As usual, man, we love you. We respect you. We appreciate you. Peace, man. We out. Good looking, Pepe.
Yeah, all the time.
Let's go.